The mayor of Portland delivers her final State of the City address. The 7th Bishop of Corpus Christi died Thursday, and one college class is using Minecraft to teach students. This is South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Happy National Space Day. It's Friday, May the 1st. We start off in Portland, where Mayor Kathy Skuro delivered her final State of the City address on Thursday.
And I saw something going on, and if you're going to complain about something, you have to be willing to fix the problem.
That was Skuro speaking with 3 News. During her tenure, she said Portland experienced significant population growth.
We have a lot to offer for community, for raising families. It is the only community in this area in San Patricio County that the population has continued to drastically climb. And we think that, a lot of that is because we have a history of leadership and of having a safe, beautiful, livable community. And we've really tried to build on that.
That was Catherine Weisenberger in a 2023 interview with Lon Gonzalez. At the time, Weisenberger was Portland's assistant city manager. Skuro has held the office for 8 years of her 23-year career with the city. Bishop Rene Henry Gracida, who led Catholic dioceses in Florida and Texas for more than 40 years, died Thursday. He was 102. Gracida served as a tail gunner aboard B-17 bombers during World War II before entering the Benedictine monastery in 1953. He was 7th Bishop of Corpus Christi, where he served from 1983 to 1997. Today, a Banquete native who died during the 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor will be buried in Corpus Christi. Clyde McMeans was aboard the USS California during the December 7, 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor. He will be buried with full military honors in Corpus Christi at Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery at 1 p.m. Tomorrow in Hidalgo County, voters in Elsa will choose their mayor as incumbent Mayor Al Pettis and former City Commissioner Robert Escobar face off. Pettis is seeking his 5th term as mayor. Escobar is a board member for Hidalgo County Emergency Service District No. 2. He is running for mayor a 2nd time. Polls in Hidalgo County open Saturday at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. As Corpus Christi continues to hash out water projects, Chris 6 News reports that the city recently sold out of its stock of rain barrels, but another shipment is on the way. The city sold 500 rain barrels over several days. The next shipment of 500 is scheduled to arrive on May 8th. Rain barrels can be purchased from City Hall on weekdays for about $47 each before taxes. In state news, Camp Mystic, the private Christian girls' summer camp where 28 people died during last July's flooding in the Hill Country, will not reopen this summer. KUT's Lee Walden reports.
Camp Mystic announced Thursday that they have withdrawn its license renewal application with the state. Last week, the Texas Department of State Health Services notified Camp Mystic that its license to operate may not be renewed unless major revisions were made to its emergency plan. The department is also internally investigating hundreds of complaints against the camp following last summer's deadly flooding. The announcement comes after state lawmakers tasked with investigating the flood held public hearings earlier this week. Testimony there included investigators saying the camp lacked emergency preparedness plans ahead of last July's floods. I'm Lee Walden in Austin.
Closing arguments wrapped up Thursday in a court case that will determine if Texans can keep buying smokeable cannabis products. A temporary court order that's been blocking some of the state's new hemp rules is set to expire this evening at 5 p.m. But as KUT's Nathan Bernier reports, the case is about more than smokeable products.
Hemp businesses are also trying to block sharply higher fees included in the new regulations. Retailers saw their registration fees increase from $150 per location each year to $5,000. Plaintiffs have said those fees amount to an unconstitutional tax that generates far more revenue than what's needed to enforce regulations. During the last day of the hearing, Dr. Timothy Stevenson with the Department of State Health Services was asked how long it would take the existing team of 7 inspectors to visit every hemp business in the state.
That would have taken between 6 and 7 years to inspect an establishment once.
The judge overseeing the hearing has said she would make a decision on whether to issue a temporary injunction in short order. I'm Nathan Bernier in Austin.
Meanwhile, back in South Texas, today is National Space Day, and a local university aims for new heights with the new master's program. Here are more details. The universe is expanding, and so is Texas A&M University-Kingsville's Mechanical and Industrial Engineering Department. They're adding a Master of Science degree in Space and Aeronautical Engineering. The degree plan combines about 30 college credit hours of traditional aerospace engineering principles with developments in space exploration, satellite technology, and astrodynamics. Once completed, students are primed to pursue careers in space and aeronautical industries and national laboratories.
First cohort, we will kind of use many of the existing courses we have in mechanical where there is a lot of overlap when it comes to dynamics, when it comes to statics, mathematics. But down the line in future, we will have a space focus kind of track in the space and aeronautical engineering.
That's Dr. Vinod Kumar, Chair of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering at Texas A&M-Kingsville. Before the grad program was established, the university had only a minor degree in aerospace engineering toward the end of a bachelor's degree. This fall, the master's program expects to start with between 5 and 10 students.
The job growth, the opportunity that we will have in South Texas in the space-related industry. We thought it's a good time to get started. Mechanical is one of the biggest departments in the college. In fact, it's the biggest department. It's one of the largest departments in the university also.
In that group, John Ryan Lawrence will be among those who will go where no Texas A&M-Kingsville student has gone before.
What name, derived from the Latin word imperator, was used by the leaders to Elsa Midway? John Ryan.
Emperor.
Is correct.
He's also a former contestant on the KEDT TV academic quiz show Challenge.
The thought that I'd have the opportunity to be the first person in a space and aeronautical engineering program, of which there are only a handful of such programs in Texas, it's a lot to take in.
Lawrence, a Tolosa Midway High School alumnus, will receive his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from A&M-Kingsville in December. In the same semester, he will pursue concurrent enrollment and officially begin working on his master's degree in spring 2027.
I've always been a naturally curious person, so I've always had an interest in, how things work, how engines lift, all of the sort of dynamics of flight was what really drew me in.
That curiosity has served Lawrence in several high school organizations, such as the Law Enforcement Club and the Warrior Company of the Navy Junior Reserves Officers Training Corps, or NJROTC.
My JROTC instructor was a retired naval aviator. He was a cargo helicopter pilot and absolutely shaped the way I think about leadership and aviation and science.
His inspiration for his current path comes from 8 years' experience as a member of the Civil Air Patrol, the auxiliary component of the United States Air Force. It gave Lawrence the opportunity to fly an airplane for the first time.
That just sparked an interest in aviation that's been burning ever since.
Lawrence's grad school research will focus on material science, specifically with plasma interactions with ceramics for hypersonic vehicles and nuclear space propulsion.
And that has a lot of applications for hypersonic glide vehicles and reusable rockets. Being in South Texas, so close to SpaceX, and having Houston a couple hours away is definitely something that I believe is worth looking into.
With Kingsville being somewhat of a halfway point to several space stations in Texas, Lawrence's career goals could actually launch him outside the state.
I'd hope to want to work for JPL, the NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Last I checked, they're doing some propulsion research. Really, there's only a handful of labs in the world that are focusing on it, which is one of the downsides of being in that particular niche.
With the trajectory that he's on, he's aiming for the stars in more ways than one. You can read the full story on our website at kedt.org. In sports, this weekend, the Corpus Christi Hooks continue their homestand against the Frisco Rough Riders tonight. The Hooks are 1-2 in the latest series and currently in 4th place in the Texas League South Division. In college sports, Texas A&M University Corpus Christi's beach volleyball team kicked off the 2026 National Collegiate Beach Volleyball Championship in Alabama this morning. They entered as the 13th seed, set to face 4th-seeded Southern California. We'll have an update for you on Monday on Morning Edition and South Texas Midday. And high school baseball and softball playoffs are well underway. Chris 6 News reports that Calallen High School pitcher Cole Carroll dealt a perfect game on Thursday against Hidalgo. The Wildcat senior and Texas State signee dealt 15 strikeouts on 15 batters in a 13-0 win for the Wildcats. And we wrap up South Texas Midday with the University of Texas at Dallas pre-med class, which is using the video game Minecraft to teach students. KERA's Bill Ziebel reports it's helping them prep for a crucial test needed to get into med school.
Students get to interact with patients in a virtual Minecraft hospital. UTD student Omar Chaudhry has used the game to help him identify multiple sclerosis and other ailments. If he gets it wrong, it says so.
With this, you can redo it and you can actually learn from it. It tells me exactly what I did wrong.
Chaudhry takes the MCAT in 2 weeks. Doctor and teacher Eric Kildebeck, who helped create the program, says students who've taken the class did well on their tests. I'm Bill Ziebel in Dallas.
And that is the latest news and information on South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.